Coming up on this episode of the Peppinion, guns, explosives, and death equal happiness. Hello viewers, I've played Happy Room about an hour, and it's a physics game where you're trying to murder this dummy. Now, when I heard those words, I thought it was going to be like a crash test dummy, but it's just a guy. Looks like a guy, acts like a guy. I don't know. It's a guy, as far as I'm concerned. Right now, I'm trying to complete the quest for 500 fire gun damage while on spikes. I think this is possible. Fire gun. Let's place a bunch here on the side. I haven't upgraded them yet, so they all have to go on the side here. I don't know if that's going to work, but let's see what happens. I just have to get them into some spikes. There we go. And I did it! Yeah, so completing the quest gives you money for upgrades and also money towards like your main bank. You're going to be trying to complete all of the quests. You're also going to be trying to get a high score. You can see my score rising on the green bar, and you can see how far I've gotten, but the yellow bar, that's like my max score. And every time you get to one of these pictures in that bar, it unlocks a new weapon, which there are many of. So most of the time you're going to be setting this up to either create maximum damage to unlock a new weapon or trying to complete one of these quests. There are a lot of quests. I've done many quests so far. I like that the quests are there. It breaks up the monotony of just trying to cause a lot of harm, because that way you have like a purpose of actually doing this. I'm just going to try and do as much acid damage as possible. I think this is right. Tear off a dummy's limb with acid. Why? More acid damage. Oh, all dummies' hearts are in acid. So, you know, it just makes you use the new weapons. Otherwise, I might not use as much, like the acid as much. I think it wouldn't be, you know, I don't find the acid guns to be that useful, but I could be wrong, and this forces me to try and use them, which is good. I think that's very helpful. It's unfortunate that he gets stuck up there, though. The physics are very redoable, I guess I would say. I haven't had any problems allowing, like, with it being not reproducible. Like he'll get stuck up there again. I changed something, but like if I ran it again, he'd probably get stuck up there again. Stuff like that, which, you know, makes it more predictable, is good for this kind of game. Oh, I think that was pretty weak. So as I said, there are upgrades. They're all pretty meh. It kind of feels tacked on to like make you do the quests, but I think that they're just boring. Like, of course I want the block to be able to place stuff on the top and the bottom, not just the left and the right. Like, why wouldn't I want all of these upgrades forever? And like, I think this would just make the weapons more fun. Placing them, like the crossbow allows me to place it on the ceiling and floor instead of just the left wall and the right wall. So, you know, I feel like, you know, allowing me to use the crossbow everywhere and all over the place would have just been better off. I'm not really huge on the upgrades, and the upgrade money comes pretty slow. So now I have 4 euro, I guess, to spend on like these items to upgrade them. But like, I guess, would I ever upgrade? Like, that's, you know, the monsters I don't use that much. They're kind of weird, and to me they don't provide a lot of utility to hurt the person. So, you know, upgrading the monsters seems like kind of a bad idea. They just kind of bounce around a lot. I don't see the point. So I don't know. Like, why would I upgrade that? I just think that all of the upgrades should be available from the start. It would have given me more options to keep going. You know, right? Sometimes it's a bit limited. But there are a ton of stuff to try. I've found that just shooting the guy into this left corner is probably the biggest, biggest and best way to cause the most damage. Just having like stuff like this. got me to like the next level quite a few times. I am clicking like crazy to do all of these mines. So like, you know, you're going to be going between trying to do the most damage and completing those quests. It is pretty fun to see what's going to happen and how much damage you can cause the dummy. This is obviously pretty ridiculous game, and I don't think it's supposed to be taken seriously. I think the mines cause the most damage, by the way. It is a bit of a strategy game where you're trying to plan out the best room. Sometimes the best room at the time is not the most fun. I would say that there are, you know, it's more fun to try and hurt him in an interesting way sometimes than it is to try and get the maximum score. I don't get this piranha stuff. I don't get it. What's the point of the piranha? I don't get it. Oh, that's... Okay, well, that's kind of weak. I can't see anything. Why is it pink? Is this... Maybe it has to do with the effect with I'm recording. Actually, I would say that's probably the effect of the recording. I just unlocked this, so I don't know. That is weird. I mean, so... very simple game. Pretty easy to understand. Hurt the guy as much as possible. It's like $5. It's, you know... I think if you're into this game, you'd probably like it. The upgrades, you know, they're fine. It's going to be a pretty short and simple game that you're going to be just trying to come up with interesting situations for hurting this guy. And, you know, as it goes on, it's going to be more interesting. So that I would say that's that, you know, and on a scale of 1 to woo, it's good at what it's trying to do. It has accomplished its mission, and I can't fault it for that. So if you've watched this far, thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, please. Thank you. And I'm headed out, so I'll talk to you later. Bye.